Hello and welcome yet again to another Shogun 2 battle, this being the first one of the round 2 of Summer Cup 2024. We are on Ava Reach Pass, the first time we see this map in the tournament. And this is a battle between Min in the black banners and Oleg Vadimovich in the purple-ish banners. As dojos, we do have the archery dojo and the sword dojo. They're not quite symmetrical here, making it somewhat unbalanced. So I would say Min has the better dojo here, closer to his side. But let's have a quick look at the armies. So we have Min with a full leadership general, it would seem. We see 4 calf, 2 heavy, 2 light. 2 matchlocks, Warrior Monks, Ashigaru, both of them extended range. We see a Bo Ashigaru. I quite like this choice. I like Bo Ashigaru in Avatar. I think they can do a job and are super cheap. Then we have some Lone Sword Ashigaru. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, all ranked 9. Some vanilla Yari Ash and vanilla Yari Samurai. Oh, and here's the Daikyu as well. So a Bow Ash coupled with a 200 range Daikyu. Interesting combination. For Oleg Vadimovich, we do have a Katana Calf rank 6 with 32 melee attack. Insane. Light Calf, Light Calf, Light Calf, and a Fire Calf. So overall, Oleg has slightly stronger calf, but not necessarily in a calf battle, but this Katana Calf can do a lot of damage to infantry. His general is a full Bushido general. Interesting. Nice to see. Then he has 3 matchlocks, 4 matchlocks actually. 3 of them Ashigaru, 1 of them a warrior monk. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Nodachi. 3 of them low level and 1 level 7. So just as Bushido Khan had 2 level 7, Oleg is playing with 1 also. Don't agree with it, but they do have good stats, so you can't really argue with it. Did I miss anything other than the attendance? Yeah, Waco Raider, rank 7, very strong, 22 attack, 11 defense, really good. So it looks like Oleg is going for the higher ground. He will get the archery dojo, obviously. Which doesn't mean that he will have the skirmish advantage, because Min does have the Daikyu, which could be a real problem. But I think Oleg is doing the right thing in just going for the early engagement with his matchlock Ashigaru, because he has more matchlocks, even though his are worse, and he has a good chance to get a better positioning here. Min trying to charge the Waco Raider, good in theory, but they're running uphills, so they will be too late and caught by spears. Here we have a calf engagement as well, going well for Min. I think he got the better charge here. Lots of movement. But even though Min does get first volleys on multiple sides, Oleg still has the higher ground here, and he does have the forest advantage, which is not to be underestimated. But it looks like Oleg is going for the full encirclement, and slowly but surely, I think this will be going into Oleg's favor, because this looks to be a very fast-paced game, and these Daikyus haven't really done much. I don't even think they can fire, because they're standing right behind the lone swords, so they're blocked by their own unit. And here we have a very nice charge by Min's Light Calf into a Nodachi rank 7. This is really, really well played by Min. In the center, some meat shields are routed, and now the real battle comes. Nodachi against lone swords. Here we have Nodachi against Yari Ash. That's going to be a clear one. Interesting. So we see Min going into stand and fight, maybe a bit too late, but it will still make a difference, I feel. But I think each player is winning their own respective flank that they've been more aggressive in. So Oleg struggles on his right, where Min got some good cav charges in. We have Wake Raiders 80 over 80 men routing, and this has the potential to develop into a panic. And on this side, Min doesn't really have the units. I mean, there's a Yarisam here. This is not going to hold for long, but still, it's a very close game, so I'm going to slow it down. No Dachi from Oleg doing a really good job, just holding two very strong units for some time with his Banzai. And here, I think this move is crucial from Min, because he sees this flank is wavering, it's breaking, so Min is sending in his Cav to basically mop it up and make sure these units are routing and are not coming back. So once this light Cav from Oleg breaks, I think this entire flank from Oleg is just dead, and there's nothing he can do about it. And in the meantime, Min has to really play time on his right, make sure his general is somewhat covered and protected, which is easier said than done, because here comes a full strength fire cav as well as a melee general. This Yari cav will die instantly, and then here we have a matchlock ash and two bows protected by nothing except for one Naginata attendant, which might as well not be there. So this gets more and more dangerous for Min, especially with his general. At this point, I think it might be wise to even think about getting out of stand and fight and retreating, because this flank, on this flank, he's played really well. He had an uphill battle and got some good charges and engagements and routed him. Let's see, did the Daikyu do anything yet? 40 kills. I'm not sure what they were firing at, so it's hard to say if it was good or not. But here you see the problem now. Matchlock Warrior Monks from Oleg Vadimovich being in the open close to his general, he can basically choose targets, either shoot the general or shoot the Daikyu. It's going to be worth it either way. And here, this Matchlock Ash is without protection. The hope for Min is now that this Matchlock Warrior Monk can bail him out and do lots of damage. He's targeting the Fire Cav, which I think is a really good choice. He needs this Matchlock to win him the game, I think. Some nice targeting as well from the Matchlock Ashigaru against the melee general, which still has 19 men. That's still a huge unit. And there's still an almost full strength Katana Cav with 32 attack. Now this is not going to be a problem now. Downhill charge from Min's Yari Cav against Katana Cav. And they didn't even get a proper charge. This is a huge waste. And now the morale just collapses. This is very interesting. I thought for a moment like that Min didn't have enough to hold his right. Fire Cav is still somewhat healthy. The problem is, I think both this Fire Cav and the Katana Cav that was active here just came in too late to make a difference. I think if he uses them earlier, in a more aggressive manner, then they could come in before the infantry is routed. Nodachi, 222 kills. It's vanilla Nodachi. It's insane. Very close battle. And the interesting thing is, these Daikyu didn't even do much of a difference, to be honest. I mean, they were a threat, and maybe them being on the battlefield was enough to provoke Oleg into going into the attack a bit prematurely on the flank, but I don't think they were the decisive factor. I think it was the gameplay on the left side, some good charges into the Waco and the Nodachi that won Min the game. So Min also had the bigger army here. Yari Cav, Lone Sword. I didn't see the long Yari Ash. I thought it was a regular one. Very good unit. Yeah, I like the overall approach that Oleg had, going for the early engagement. I think the execution wasn't there, and the Cav came in too late to make a proper difference. Because this Katana Cav, only 20 kills. It was almost full strength when it was downhill charged by Yari Cav. That is a waste. 17 kills for level 7 Waco Raiders. I mean, that's the thing also with the Bushido General. Some of these units just ran away too quickly. It makes it really difficult to play sometimes. Also, bulletproof, 35 kills full bulletproof. That's not very good. Anyhow, so this means that Min is 1-0 up, and I'll see you in game number 2. And we are back in game number 2 on Uzui Pass. From the perspective of Min, we have on the left side an archery dojo, in the center a sword dojo, on the right a shrine. Given that both players seem to have picked quite aggressive armies, I think the archery dojo will be ignored here. So let's see what Min has brought. Still the same leadership general. 1, 2, 3, 4 Nodachi or rank 2. A bulletproof Sam rank 6, matchlock warrior monks in the back. So interesting that he didn't choose to put them front and center in his deployment, but probably a good idea on this uneven terrain. Cav-wise, he has also a Waco Raider, rank 6, going for the Shrine, good choice. And he has some Light Cav, Yari Cav, rank 6, Light Cav. 2 more Heavy Cav, Yari, Fire Cav. But not all of his units are moving yet. I wonder why that is, if that's part of his strategy. Anyway, so Oleg Vadimovich has brought a Yarisam on his left, rank 1. Not sure what it's upgraded in, because all those boosts could be from retainers. Then looks like he does have a Naginata Warrior Monk core. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them either rank 5 or rank 6, and 2 Nodachi in the center and the long Yariash. I like this combination, especially in the center. Cav-wise, he has Light Cav, Naginata Warrior Monk Cav, rank 0. Light Cav, Light Cav, Light Cav. So he's literally very light on Cav. Min does have the upper hand there. And I think Min recognizes it at this point and will try to make something happen to use this Cav to harass him. Still. Oh, wait. I think after game 1, Oleg Vadimovich changed to a leadership general. So that should be noted here. This is a very common move from Min. Lots of players do it. Just get a light cav in early, try to create a mess in your opponent's formation. Not a bad choice. Here we have Oleg going for some sword attendants, which is basically free real estate here because they are defenseless. But for some reason, light cav is wavering. It's interesting. Maybe it's too far away from the main force. Anyway, who cares about attendants? In the center, I think we will see a showdown real quick. The terrain is probably slightly favored to Oleg. I think he has some more downward slope opportunities here. Nice use of the sword attendants to block the charge of 3 units, and now it's Nodachi and Nagadata warrior monks going in. Ooh. That's nasty. These Nodachis are getting murdered frontally against Longyari. They will die very soon. 2 Nagi warrior monks against 1 Nodachi. That's going to be a quick one as well. And both very nice, very nice. Both generals in stand and fight, but Min managed to get a good angle here to shoot at Oleg's general. But this gap is now getting exploited. 2 light cav could do a lot of damage here. Yeah, I think Min is going to run into trouble here because Oleg, I think, got better charges and engagements in all 3 departments, left, right, and center. And once these units are charged, then there's really little you can do micromanagement wise to change the outcome. He still has a Yari Cav rank 6 that is unused. But where is he going to use it? I mean, there's not really any space that's opening up. Matchlock warrior monks managed to get rid of the light cav. Back to firing, but the entire left flank is breaking now from Min. And that's basically it already. That was a quick one. Bulletproof Sam affected by the mass routing. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just a good showcase of how important it is to get good chargers in your main line. And Oleg made nice use of sword attendants as meat shields, and his Nagi warrior monks and Nodachis cleaned up the rest. That was all there is to it. And given that this battle was taking place between these 2 dojos, there wasn't a lot of room to maneuver for cavalry, and Min invested a lot more Koku and cavalry, which he couldn't really use effectively. So I think the more appropriate approach for Min could have been to just go more aggressively in the beginning with his cav. Sometimes it even works just to go aggressive against spears, as long as you get a downhill charge, and it buys you time to get your infantry in a better position for downhill charges. Long Yariash 200 kills. They were just charged frontally, and that was basically him winning the center. The Yari Sam didn't even have to do much in the flanks. So yeah, this means that the score is now 1-1, and we'll see a third battle on Hapo Ridge. So see you then. And we're back with the tiebreak match, game 3 between Min and Oleg Vadimovich. On Hapo Ridge with a workshop in the center, and on the flanks we have an archery dojo and a sword dojo. Let's see what's more useful to either of them. I'm pretty sure Min just took the identical army that he had in game 1. I definitely recognize the Bow-Ash Daikyu combination and the 2 increased range matchlocks. Yeah, I think this is identical. So very balanced build, aside from maybe the Daikyu, but otherwise pretty much balanced. And for Oleg, we see yet again, just as in game 1, a Waco Raider going for the workshop. We see Nodachi rank 4, very interesting. Rank 7, Katana Sam rank 7, and Nodachi rank 7. Fire Cav, Light Cav. What else? I think I missed a couple. I think I missed one or two swords and a bulletproof here in the center. So very strong melee core, and as is expected on this map, not a lot of cavalry, because it's hard to make use of cav here. But yeah, this is going to hurt. 10 fire cav lost already. Very good volleys from these matchlocks. But it's interesting to see what they do here. So we have Yari-Sam, sword attendants. I think both players should prioritize the sword dojo a little bit more, because this could really be a game decider. But yeah, since Oleg Vadimovich, unlike in game one, does not have any skirmish units, he's going straight in. And aside from this long Yari in the center, Min does not have any Yari Ashigaru to block tight spaces, which means he will either have to retreat here or use the first lone swords to rush in and possibly use an early banzai to hold that flank. And he is going in. Very nice charge here, Yarikav against Nodachi. These Nodachi are going to get destroyed by Yarikav. And also a very good light cav charge just seconds before the lone swords rush in. I think this is very well timed by Min. But still, the sheer numbers are on Oleg's side. So even though all these charges are brilliant, he really needs to make proper use of these die queues. Maybe snipe the general and get his general close first and then fight. Let's see what happens here. I think once these sword attendants are routing, Min will have a problem with these Yari-Sams. Sorry. And then I think Oleg will eventually have a better chances of getting the sword dojo. Let's see what the die queues are firing at. Light cav, that's a waste. I mean, not a waste, but he doesn't have a lot of time, so he should prioritize other units. And here we see the problem. They got a really good charge, but they're already wavering, and now he has to use Banzai early in order to hold this flank. Here we have lone swords against Nodachi. Should be a pretty even fight. But does he have enough to block the flanks with his skirmish troops? I mean, if you have like a decent skirmish core and your opponent doesn't, there's always going to be the problem of protecting your skirmishers beyond like the first 2 minutes of the battle. And he does have this long Yari, but now it has to go in without the spear wall, and the spear wall makes it makes it such a cost-efficient unit, and being forced to go in without it, I don't like it. Here Oleg is finishing off the Yari Sams. Very good. And now we see some nice focus fire. Oleg's general is really in trouble here. But look, there's like 3 melee units, one of them being a light cav, engaged in melee, and they are not going to hold for much longer. And then what's behind that? 3 skirmishers and a general in stand and fight, and nothing else to protect them. So Min's only chance is now to get this light cav around, finish off this flank from Oleg, and then retreat all his skirmishers behind this ridge line, and then maybe mount a comeback. Problem being, of course, the 30-man light cav, which is stronger than the 30-man light cav, but it's not like impossible. But he doesn't do it. Light cav is not going around, and now even his right flank might be losing. The general will be resilient, like it's going to be pretty strong in stand and fight, I guess. We got a half decent charge against the fire cav, but the fire cav is still going to win. And Oleg actually lost on the Sword Dojo. Interesting. It might be too late to get the Sword Dojo in time, but it might be worth a shot to use it in the late game. So let's see. The Fire Cav is going to win, and we'll have probably like 20, 25 men left in the end. Then he has Nagi Attendant, Lone Sword, level 9. They probably already used their Banzai, but I'm not sure. And they're up against Nodachi, Waiko. Ooh, a bulletproof 60 men. Katana Sam. Yeah, I want to say it's not impossible, but it's impossible if he keeps doing what he's doing, which is to have a last stand in this forest. He really should put some attempts into kiting back, because I think it's not completely hopeless. At least it wasn't completely hopeless until a couple seconds ago when he got charged here with his matchlocks. But now this Fire Cav gets into his general. Yes, he will get the Sword Dojo, but it's going to be too late. I think it was a good try. I think it was a good army as well for this map. But, I mean, what could you have done differently? I think the positioning of the Long Yari could have been improved. In the center, he was basically hiding it behind the workshop, not being active in the battle. And then he had to rush them in out of spear roll into the flank as a last resort, and they're not very efficient there. And if he put the Long Yari on either of the flanks in the beginning, I think he could have been much more resilient and bought his skirmish some more time to do damage. But it was a very simple and effective approach by Oleg, just going straight in with a super strong melee core. He didn't even get the best charges. I think Min got better charges, but it was just too much in the end. Katana Sam is performing really well. And unlike in game 1, the Waco Raiders did a drop this time. And yeah, let's have a look at the Long Yari. Where is it? 36 kills. I think it was similar to that in game 1. So again, not making an efficient use of the Long Yari. I think in the end, that is what contributed to Min's defeat. But anywho, this means that Oleg Vadimovich wins round 2 with a score of 2-1 and moves on to round 3, and Min goes down into the lower bracket. Until we see those matches, I'm going to cast a couple more from round 2 as they are being played during this weekend, and I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.